Alright, so this next one we're going to go to the NFL, but not to talk about the sport itself, but a guy that ended up retiring from the NFL because he got a bigger bag somewhere else. And I feel like if you're ever like a professional athlete and you end up quitting because you're getting more money from somewhere else, it's got to be lucrative. And who would have thought that you can find a Pokemon card that makes it so worthwhile you should just retire? NFL linebacker found $672,000 Pokemon card and abruptly retired. So, NFL players get paid good money, but it's definitely like a bell curve. You have a bunch of people that get paid solid if they're a starter, but the people on either end are either making bazooka bucks or a considerable amount of money, but not as much as they theoretically could if they had another business elsewhere. And so if you're like a second, third string linebacker, you're getting a consistent $500,000 a year, which is a ton of money. And then all of a sudden you sell a Pokemon card for more than you're going to make in a year and you've wanted to retire anyways. It might make sense. I'd love to know how he got the Pokemon card. Was this one that he bought and then sat on for a while? Or did he really just get stupid lucky opening a pack and happen to come across a $670,000 card? Who has that much money to just be tossing around on a Pokemon card? I feel like even if I had, $50 million, you would not catch me dead out there paying $600,000 for a Pokemon card. I'm not going to fault the NFL player that sold it, because if someone offered me $600,000 for a Pokemon card, I'm taking it. But who out there just has enough disposable income where almost $1 million on a Pokemon card makes sense? Blake Martinez retired from the NFL because he had to catch 'em all. The former Las Vegas Raiders linebacker called it quits last week at just 28, telling the team he's hanging up his pads just days after recording 11 tackles in a loss to Jacksonville. Martinez revealed the news on Instagram, saying he chose to step away from the career at this time to focus on his family and future passions. Well, turns out that passion is very similar to something we all used to dabble in, trading Pokemon cards. Oh, okay, so bro was really up in the mix. 11 tackles is an impressive amount of tackles in a solitary game, so it's not like this guy was just some fifth stringer. He must just really like trading Pokemon cards, and I guess if you're able to make, $600,000 in a single transaction, you do 2 transactions a year and you're pretty chillin'. I could see, too, football's really hard on your body. At 24, 22, when they first come into the league, it makes sense for them to really want to do it. You start having a family and, your body just can't keep up the way it used to. You're making money somewhere else. I can see how that would get appetizing. I know a lot of people are going to think this dude is absolutely bonkers. But think about how many NFL players have, lifelong medical issues after they stop playing. Unless you're going to be a Tom Brady or one of the GOATs, I don't know. At a certain point, you got to think about being able to be there for your grandkids and not them having, the experience of, oh, yep, Grandpa's got the CTE real bad. Martinez recently sold a Pokemon Illustrator card with a Gem 9.5 rating for $672,000. Don't ask me what that all means, because I don't know. Good, I was about to. What I do know is that the money is more than double of what he could have made if he stayed with Las Vegas the rest of the season, so the former Stanford-educated linebacker made the smart decision and chose full-time Pokemon trading rather than taking on 400-pound linemen every Sunday. Not a bad choice. I don't know if he outwardly said I'm 100% going to be trading Pokemon cards as my full-time job now. I'm thinking that might have just been a convenient lump sum of cash that he's taken out before he retires. If he's Stanford educated and already thinking ahead, chances are he's been taking those YouTube checks and doing smart things with it. One of the craziest stats ever, if you want to hear just a mind-blowing statistic, is how many pro athletes end up going broke really quickly after they get out of their league because they're so used to making money at a certain level and spending at a higher level. So the fact that there's actually an NFL player that's going to retire early and is selling off his investments to raise cash funds for his retirement to do something else. Usually I'm used to them declaring bankruptcy a few years after they get out of the league. So this is just a different change. I feel like with just how much access everyone now has to information about investing and stuff, though, the days of everyone being broke after they get out of the Major League Baseball or NFL, those days hopefully are behind us, bro, because I don't know how you make $16 million and end up having none left after 6 years. Impressive levels of spending these guys can do sometimes, I'll be honest. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I just thought this was all some fun stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm going to be doing them longer if they start to get more views. I'm just going to keep it $1.50. I like doing it. I will keep doing it weekly, but I'm not going to bust out a 2-hour episode if they, like, don't give views. That's nothing personal. I don't care. I'm not complaining. I'm chilling. I'm going to do it either way. I have fun doing it. That's just where I'm coming from and why they're not like an hour anymore. But either way, if you did enjoy this, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. I do appreciate everyone that watches it. This is like my favorite series to do every week. You guys are lit. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see each and every one of you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.